The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 6 to 10 are coming in hot with deception and mystery. Nick Newman is on a mission to piece together the mess that left Sharon traumatized. But Jordan derails Nick from cracking the case by throwing a new pawn in the mix. Meanwhile, Nathan Owen's Damien comes face to face with Nate. Let's dive into the juicy details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Jordan wreaks havoc on Phyllis. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick has got some heads up to kick off his investigation. The man stumbles across some harrowing info about Ian Ward's release from prison. Subsequently, Nick suspects Ian is behind Sharon Newman's torment and vanishing act. But he's still clueless that Ian isn't stirring the pot alone. Moreover, finding his partner in crime won't be a walk in the park, especially when Jordan is watching her back. Yep, the foxy schemer is keeping her tracks clean while throwing Phyllis Summers under the bus. The chances of Nick getting distracted are way too high. Ian has big plans to use Phyllis' blazing personality against her, and Jordan pulls the strings accordingly. Viewers of the CBS soap know that Phyllis left the New Year's Eve bash just as Sharon went MIA. The unfortunate coincidence put Phyllis under suspicion. Will Nick fall for the setup or trust his gut about Phyllis? Victor warns Ian, Nate faces a shocker. Meanwhile, Maria Copeland is still mortified from her run-in with Ian and fears for her family's safety. The news reaches Victor Newman, who in turn issues some savage threats Ian's way. However, Ian is delusional enough to underestimate the Newman patriarch. Across Genoa City, Nathan Owens will grace our screen as Damien or maybe his imposter later in the week. Nate Hastings will get a chance to approach his half-brother and sell his fake story. But things won't go as planned, and Nate may be shocked by the Count of Monte Cristo mysteries details. To top it off, Audra Charles is holding back secrets of her own. She may be hiding her past relationship or a secret professional connection with the person posing as Damien. Keep coming back to Soap Opera Daily for your daily dose of the Young and the Restless spoilers. Will Nick Newman be the one to bring Ian to his knees? Tell us in the comments. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless delivers another explosive twist as Ian Ward resurfaces. In Genoa City with a devious plan targeting Tessa Porter. The stakes are high as Victor Newman takes center stage, determined to protect his loved ones while unraveling Ian's intricate web of lies and manipulation. The story begins with Tessa's performance at a high-profile music event, where Ian cunningly drugs her backstage, leaving her vulnerable. Stumbling outside, Tessa collapses, gasping for air, only for Ian to appear as her rescuer. He carries her to society, painting himself as a hero to onlookers, including Maria Copeland, Tessa's wife. However, Maria, haunted by her traumatic history with Ian, is overcome with fear and suspicion. Victor, ever vigilant, quickly detects Ian's involvement in Tessa's plight. Using his extensive connections, he uncovers Ian's sinister agenda, manipulating Jordan, a troubled individual, to assist in his schemes. Ian's calculated moves place Jordan in a precarious position, forcing her to comply with his demands. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman grows increasingly wary of Jordan's erratic behavior, torn between confronting her or finding a way to help. As tension mounts, Phyllis Summers becomes embroiled in the chaos when Ian attempts to frame her for a crime she didn't commit. False evidence surfaces, threatening to destroy Phyllis's reputation. Resolute and resourceful, she begins a quest to expose the truth, but Ian's mastery of deception makes the battle an uphill climb. Tessa's recovery brings new challenges. Traumatized by the ordeal, she struggles to maintain her relationship with Maria, who becomes overprotective in her quest to shield Tessa from further harm. Ian seizes the opportunity to exploit their vulnerability, sowing seeds of doubt and discord. The question looms, can their love withstand Ian's calculated efforts to tear them apart? Despite a lack of concrete evidence, the Genoa City police cannot apprehend Ian, allowing him to continue his schemes. Undeterred, Victor orchestrates a counterattack, enlisting Mariah and Sharon in a covert operation to gather incriminating proof. Their collaboration culminates in a fiery showdown at Society, where Victor confronts Ian. Though Victor exposes many of Ian's misdeeds, Ian's cunning ensures he retains a few cards to play. The battle between Victor and Ian transcends a simple clash of good versus evil. It tests the resilience of Genoa City's residents, as loyalty, love, and courage are pitted against deception and fear. Ian's machinations ripple through the lives of Sharon, Jordan, Tessa, and Mariah, creating a storm of intrigue and suspense that captivates viewers. As Ian maneuvers to evade justice, the fallout from his actions takes center stage. Tessa's psychological scars deepen, Phyllis fights to clear her name, and Jordan wrestles with the consequences of her involvement. Victor remains steadfast, vowing to dismantle Ian's empire of lies and restore peace to his family and friends. The drama intensifies with each passing moment, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Will Ian finally face the consequences of his actions? Can Tessa and Mariah rebuild their fractured bond? And how will Genoa City's resilient community rally against a foe as diabolical as Ian Ward? This latest chapter of The Young and the Restless proves once again why the show remains a powerhouse of gripping storytelling. As the threads of deceit unravel, the ultimate confrontation looms, promising more twists, heartbreak, and triumphs ahead. Not everything will be new in the new year. Young and Restless seems to be primed to give us the same old nonsensical sort of twists and kinda turns, only reheated and served up like a plate of leftovers that think they're fine dining. In a recent interview with Insider, executive producer / head writer Josh Griffith promised that viewers are in for a wild ride as Ian and Jordan's reign of terror leads to face-off after face-off. But what does wild really mean when the plot mainly consists of a couple of senior citizens running around playing dress-up while skipping their naps and pulling off feats that would have stretched credulity on, say, I Dream of Jeannie? Will the tag team's disguises get even sillier, their master plan more incomprehensible? Apparently, on our way to finding out, the villains will corner Nemesis Phyllis and Sharon in what Griffith called a life-or-death situation. Except, is a situation still life or death when literally no one in the audience thinks for a minute that the show is going to kill off either character? We're supposed to be scared. OMG, is it curtains for so-and-so? But we know damn well that it isn't. So where's the suspense? Lather, rinse, repeat. According to the Q&A, the boss also intends to keep playing Victor and Jack's feud. Even though its restart was so dunderheaded, it made the Black Knight look like an ungrateful dumbass. He's basically been made to say, "How very dare you try to help my wife get sober? You will pay a steep price for this egregious affront." Come again, and yet, on that story goes, whether or not we care whether either Victor or Jack is rich, super rich, or impossibly mega rich. In other developments, Summer, the article states, is going to reconsider whether she wants Kyle, even though he's now involved with Wednesday Addams' Claire, and he only married his ex the first time around to get a part of her liver for his then-girlfriend Lola. How hot is that, right? Is it a secret if no one was dying to know? Audra, we are poised to discover, has some more skeletons in the closet, Griffith said, and we suppose it's never too late to define her as a character. But considering that the last skeleton to fall from her closet was a torrid past with Noah that made absolutely no impact in the present, we can't say we're too stoked. Finally, after the murder of Heather, a character about whom no one cared, but with whom Daniel randomly cheated on Lily Phyllis' son, will set himself on a new path, Griffith teased, one that will send him on a bit of a walk on the emotional wild side. Well, if the powers that be want to turn him into a playboy, the likes of which we haven't seen since Brad Carlton was popsicled, hey, we're all for it. But since Young and Restless these days seems utterly fun-averse, we doubt that it will really happen. More likely given Griffith's infatuation with half-baked psychological storylines. Daniel will again become a sex addict, only one who doesn't even enjoy sex. Fans of The Young and the Restless are in for a jaw-dropping twist as Noah Newman makes a shocking return to Genoa City, just in time to rescue his mother, Sharon Rosales, from a dangerous confrontation with Jordan. The unexpected showdown not only highlights Noah's heroic instincts, but also leaves a trail of heartbreak and questions that will undoubtedly shake the Newman family to its core. The build-up: Sharon's peerless situation. Recent episodes have seen Sharon entangled in a tense and escalating situation with Jordan. Once a seemingly unassuming figure, Jordan's dark side emerged, revealing a sinister obsession with Sharon. As his behavior grew increasingly erratic, viewers were left fearing for Sharon's safety. The climax comes when Jordan's obsession reaches a boiling point, leading to a life-threatening altercation. Alone and vulnerable, Sharon faces her darkest moment, until Noah arrives, unannounced and unexpected, to intervene. Noah's heroic return. Noah's reappearance in Genoa City couldn't have come at a more critical time. Having been away to focus on his own life and career, Noah returns with a newfound sense of purpose. Witnessing Sharon's peril, he doesn't hesitate to take action, confronting Jordan in a dramatic and emotional scene that ends with fatal consequences. In a moment of sheer desperation, Noah is forced to kill Jordan to save Sharon. The act, though necessary, leaves him visibly shaken and overwhelmed with guilt. As Sharon breaks down in tears, viewers are left grappling with the emotional weight of the moment. The aftermath: Newman family fallout. Noah's actions will undoubtedly send shockwaves through the Newman family. Victor Newman, ever the protective patriarch, is likely to rally behind his grandson, but not without weighing the consequences. Meanwhile, Nick and Sharon must come to terms with the life-altering event and its impact on their family dynamic. Fans are already speculating about how this tragedy will affect Noah's character moving forward. Will he struggle with guilt and seek redemption, or will he emerge stronger and more resilient? Either way, his return promises to bring a fresh wave of drama to Genoa City. Sharon's emotional journey. For Sharon, the ordeal marks another chapter in her long history of overcoming adversity. As she grapples with the trauma of the attack and the aftermath of Jordan's death, Sharon's resilience will undoubtedly be tested. Will this experience bring her closer to Noah, or will it deepen the rift in their relationship? Fans react, shock and speculation. The shocking twist has left Y and R fans buzzing. Social media is ablaze with reactions, with many praising the show for its bold storytelling. Noah's return was everything. I didn't see that coming, one fan tweeted. Another viewer wrote, "This changes the game for Sharon and the Newmans. The fallout is going to be epic." What's next for Noah and Sharon? As the dust settles, fans can expect The Young and the Restless to delve deeper into the repercussions of Noah's actions. How will Genoa City react to the news of Jordan's death? Will Noah face legal consequences, or will his actions be deemed justified? And most importantly, how will this event shape the future of the Newman family? Drusilla Winters, known for her fiery spirit, sharp wit, and unshakable love for her family, was presumed dead after a tragic cliffside fall in 2007. For years, viewers have speculated about her fate, with many refusing to believe that Drusilla was truly gone. Now, nearly 2 decades later, Y&R writers have crafted a storyline that brings Drusilla back to life in a way that promises to honor her legacy while shaking up Genoa City. Victoria Rowell, who has long been a fan favorite, expressed her excitement about reprising the role that made her a daytime legend. In a heartfelt social media post, she shared her gratitude for the opportunity to return. Drusilla is back. Thank you to the fans who never gave up hope, and to the Y&R team for bringing her story full circle. I can't wait to see what's in store for Drew and the Winters family. Her post quickly went viral, with fans flooding the comments section with messages of joy and anticipation. How is Drusilla alive? The big question on everyone's mind: how will the show explain Drusilla's miraculous return? Inside sources revealed that Drusilla's survival involved a daring rescue and years spent in hiding due to circumstances beyond her control. While exact details remain under wraps, teasers suggest that her comeback will be tied to a major Winters family storyline, setting the stage for drama, revelations, and emotional reunions. This isn't just a return. It's a seismic event for the show, said a Y&R insider. Drusilla's presence will impact every corner of Geno City. What does this mean for the Winters family? The Winters family has faced its share of ups and downs in Drusilla's absence. Her children, Lely and Divin, have grown into powerful figures in their own right, but her return is sure to stir up emotions and unanswered questions. How will Lily react to seeing her mother after all these years? Will Devin welcome her with open arms, or will he struggle with feelings of abandonment? And what about Nate, who has become embroiled in his own share of controversy? Fans are particularly curious about Drusilla's relationship with Neil Winters, portrayed by the late Christoph Street John. Writers have hinted that Drusilla's return will honor Neil's legacy while allowing her to reconnect with the family he cherished. Fan reactions: a dream come true. Social media has exploded with excitement over the news of Drusilla's return. I've waited years for this moment. Drusilla is the queen of Geno City, one fan tweeted. Another wrote, Victoria Rowell coming back is the best New Year's gift we could ask for. Let the drama begin. The hashtag Drusilla Returns began trending within hours, proving just how deeply the character is loved by Y&R's loyal audience. What's next for Drusilla? While the details of her storyline remain tightly guarded, viewers can expect Drusilla to reclaim her place as a force to be reckoned with. From family dynamics to corporate intrigue, and perhaps even a new romance, the possibilities are endless. With Rowell's undeniable charisma and Drusilla's fiery personality, her return is set to inject fresh energy into the show while paying homage to its rich history. The final word. Victoria Rowell's return as Drusilla Winters marks a monumental moment for the young and the restless. As fans prepare for her dramatic entrance, one thing is certain: Geno City will never be the same. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the soap opera world, Michael Mueller, beloved for his portrayal of Kyle Abbott on The Young and the Restless Y&R, has announced his departure from the iconic daytime drama. The revelation, shared in an emotional Instagram post, has left fans heartbroken and scrambling for answers about what this means for Kyle, Summer, and the Abbott legacy. A chapter closes. Mueller's emotional announcement. The 2025 surprise announcement came late Wednesday evening when Mueller addressed his fans directly, posting a heartfelt message alongside a series of behind-the-scenes photos with his Y&R co-stars. After years of incredible storytelling, laughter, and memories, it's time for me to say goodbye to Geno City, Mueller wrote. Kyle Abbott will always hold a special place in my heart, but I'm ready to embark on new adventures. Fans were quick to flood the comment section, with messages ranging from disbelief to tearful goodbyes. A roller coaster journey as Kyle Abbott. Michael Mueller joined Y&R in 2018, quickly winning over fans with his charming portrayal of Jack Abbott's son. Kyle's tumultuous love life, including his on-again, off-again romance with Summer Newman, became a cornerstone of the show. Their passionate and often dramatic relationship, dubbed Skyle by fans, has been one of the most compelling storylines in recent years. Mueller's acting chops were tested as Kyle faced intense family drama, corporate battles, and paternity bombshells. Viewers cheered for him during his moments of triumph and empathized during his heartbreaking lows, making him one of the most relatable characters in the show's illustrious history. What's next for Kyle Abbott? As rumors swirl, fans are left wondering what the writers will do with Kyle's storyline. Will the character be recast, or will Kyle receive a dramatic exit worthy of his Abbott name? Inside sources hint that the writers are planning a major storyline shift for the Abbott family, one that could have far-reaching consequences. Kyle's departure opens up endless possibilities, an unnamed source revealed. This could be the shakeup Genoa City needs in 2025. Behind the scenes, what led to Mueller's exit? While Mueller's Instagram post emphasized gratitude and excitement for the future, industry insiders suggest that the decision may not have been entirely his own. Contract negotiations reportedly stalled earlier this year, with Mueller seeking more creative opportunities outside of daytime television. Michael has been exploring offers from primetime dramas and streaming platforms, said a close associate. He's incredibly talented, and he's ready to spread his wings. Adding fuel to the speculation, Mueller recently wrapped up filming a mystery project set to premiere later this year, sparking rumors that his next big role is already lined up. Fans react, outpouring of love and support. The Y&R fanbase is known for its passionate and vocal community, and Mueller's announcement has ignited a wave of emotions. Social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook have been flooded with hashtags such as #ThankYouMichael and #GoodbyeKyle. Michael brought so much depth and charm to Kyle. Y&R won't be the same without him, one fan tweeted. Others expressed their hope for a future return, a common occurrence in the soap opera world. Kyle can't stay away forever. Soap characters have a way of coming back, another wrote. What's next for Michael Mueller? Though fans are mourning his exit, Mueller's career appears to be on an upward trajectory. With his natural charisma and undeniable talent, many predict he'll make a seamless transition to primetime or even the big screen. In his closing message to fans, Mueller left the door open for a potential return. "This isn't goodbye forever," he assured. "Who knows what the future holds? For now, I'm stepping away, but I'll always cherish my time as Kyle Abbott." The final word. Michael Mueller's departure marks the end of an era for the young and the restless. As fans brace for what's to come, one thing is clear. Kyle Abbott's legacy will remain a significant part of Genoa City history. Whether it's a heartfelt goodbye or a dramatic cliffhanger, Y&R viewers won't want to miss what happens next. Get ready for a jaw-dropping twist in The Young and the Restless this year. In an unprecedented moment of betrayal, Maria Copeland is set to accuse Phyllis Summers of something no one saw coming. The 2025 spoilers are brimming with drama, and this explosive confrontation is about to ignite tensions in Genoa City like never before. The build-up. What's led to this shocking accusation? For months, Maria has been grappling with a growing sense of unease. Her once strong friendship with Phyllis has been anything but smooth lately. Phyllis, who has always had a reputation for playing fast and loose with the truth, may have finally pushed Maria too far. Maria's typically calm demeanor has been tested by Phyllis' latest antics. While the two women have been on opposing sides before, the latest series of events seems to have crossed a line. Maria, who is usually the voice of reason, may be on the verge of a meltdown, and, unfortunately for Phyllis, she could be the one standing in the line of fire. But what could Phyllis have done to earn such a severe accusation from Maria? The details are murky, but the build-up hints at something far more devious than the usual catfights we've seen between the two women. The shocking accusation. What exactly is Maria implying? Fans will be left on the edge of their seats as Maria accuses Phyllis of a betrayal so deep that it threatens to unravel everything Maria holds dear. speculation is rampant, with many fans suggesting Phyllis' involvement in some underhanded scheme that could hurt people close to Mariah. Could it be that Phyllis played a part in a dangerous plot that put Mariah in harm's way? Or perhaps it's something more personal, involving Phyllis' manipulative behavior that directly affected Mariah's loved ones. Whatever the truth, the accusation is sure to have massive ramifications on the future of their relationship and those around them. Phyllis' reaction: will she defend herself or will she crumble? Phyllis Summers is no stranger to conflict, but how will she handle Mariah's explosive accusation? The soap's history suggests that Phyllis is never one to back down without a fight, but this time she might find herself in a more difficult position than ever before. Will Phyllis try to wiggle her way out of this situation with her usual charm and manipulation, or will the truth come crashing down on her? As she has learned time and time again, in Genoa City, secrets rarely stay buried for long. The fallout: what does this mean for the rest of Genoa City? The drama doesn't stop with just Mariah and Phyllis. The consequences of this bombshell will ripple throughout Genoa City, affecting countless other characters. Maria's accusation could lead to major shifts in relationships, alliances, and power dynamics. Expect tensions to rise between Mariah and key characters who will be forced to choose sides. If Phyllis finds herself exposed, her enemies will waste no time turning her world upside down. On the flip side, Maria might find herself being pulled into an even darker web of deceit. Will Phyllis' enemies finally get the upper hand, or will she find a way to turn the tables and come out victorious? Fans can expect shocking alliances and bitter rivalries to come to the forefront as this storyline unfolds. Why you won't want to miss this. This is the kind of twist that keeps fans coming back for more. Maria's accusation of Phyllis has the potential to change everything in Genoa City. With so much at stake, you won't want to miss a single moment of the drama. Buckle up, because the ride ahead is guaranteed to be wild, emotional, and full of surprises. As 2025 unfolds, The Young and the Restless is ready to deliver a plot twist that no one saw coming. Grab your popcorn, sit tight, and get ready for the most thrilling year of soap opera drama yet. You won't believe the shocking revelations that are coming your way. In the Neil Winters Jazz Lounge, Danny tells Christine, Lauren, and Michael how love managed to get him there through the storm. He says there was nothing that would keep him from welcoming in the new year with the love of his life. Being back in his arms feels so good to Cricket. They dance and sing. She knows how determined he was to get back for his son too. Seeing Danny meant everything to him, she says. It meant everything to Danny to hold his son. He could see his grief and it breaks his heart. She's just grateful he's there since his wisdom and strength are exactly what his son needs right now. As he spins her around the floor, he explains he moved things around his schedule so he'll be staying. She has a suite upstairs for them. He knows it's only been a couple of days, but he missed her. Cricket and Danny get a table, and he asks if she's ready to hit the road with him again. She says she's all his again. Daniel interrupts them and admits he came back hoping they'd run into each other and catch up. She heads off to her suite, and Daniel sits down with his father. Danny is sorry he didn't come sooner. His son knows he was busy being a rock star. All that matters to Danny is being a good father. His son admits he's not doing well. A year ago, he was debating with Heather about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and now he wakes up to her empty side of the bed. Every day is spent worrying about Lucy and how she's coping. Amazingly, Phyllis has been the rock through all of this and helped to keep his daughter safe. But his mom is also angry and desperate to fix things. He feels a need to protect her from her own impulses, especially in this nightmare with Sharon. Danny wishes there was something he could do. He knows he's living with a lot. It's too much, Daniel admits. He's not looking forward to another 364 days without Heather. His father urges him not to underestimate his strength and courage. He just needs to ride out the grief and remember there are people who love him. The next time he feels like he's about to explode, he should call him and he will be there for him, even if he has to take a break in the middle of a concert. He and Lucy will always be his priority. Hugging his son, Danny tells him how much he loves him. Christine joins the father and son as Danny talks about how Lucy knows all his songs and every dance step. His son thanks him for reminding her that life goes on and it's okay to be happy. Danny says they could do it sooner than later if he thinks she should get away. They ask him along and he agrees. When the timing is right, they make plans to hang out with Lucy and teach her Danny's famous pasta sauce. At the table, Jack and Diane toast to saying goodbye to 2024. That year almost brought them to their knees. She knows they still have a lot of work to do, but she's hoping the new year will be a fresh start for them and their son. As they dance, she reminds him that one of the coupons she gave him for their anniversary was for a night of dancing. She whispers what else he can redeem when they get home. Lauren and Michael dance, and he kisses her neck. She threatens him with a good time and tells him how happy she is. That makes her feel guilty given what Phyllis is going through. He reminds her that she hates his guts right now. Lauren thinks she's also still hurt by seeing Danny with Christine. The lawyer worries Phyllis means it when she says their friendship won't survive him being Sharon's attorney. His wife is sure that she will eventually forgive him. They've forgiven some pretty large transgressions from her. Before the next century, I promise, she says. He'd rather forget about their friend so he can just focus on his beautiful wife. Diane and Jack interrupt. He asks Lauren to dance, and Michael warns that he better not let his devilish charm woo her away. Diane sits down with the lawyer and reminds him they have some unfinished business to discuss. He assumes she's talking about how she lied to him about her marriage falling apart, like he was just some schlub. He thought they'd regained trust after he paid for her funeral. Diane says it was all for a good reason. She's willing to fill him in on all the details and hopes he will forgive her. After she recounts her story, he admits that it was clearly inspired by love for her son. He knows what mother's love is like since he is married to a wonderful mother and had a horribly narcissistic one. Given how much she risked, he says she's condemned to be his friend forever. They hug. As Jack and Lauren dance, she notes how happy he is. He's enjoying it while he can. She admits she's still skeptical of Diane, especially after their public fights. It was so uncharacteristic of him to live out the lie and pull in his friends and family. It's cruel, he hears her. They talk about resolutions. She's fond of all her bad habits and doesn't want to let them go. Jack has a few and suggests she resolve to be a little more generous to Diane. She thinks she already deserves credit for being civil. Jack knows how generous she can be. Lauren isn't leaping to be friends with Diane. Phyllis is furious with her enough already. Jack says his wife is not a bad person. She deserves another chance, and maybe if she is kind to Diane, others will follow suit. Jack and Lauren return to their spouses. He gathers that Diane's meeting with Michael went well. Toasting, she says it was the perfect start to the new year. Laughing, Michael says that tonight has been fine. Lauren goes out of her way to compliment Diane on her necklace and its meaning. Jack suggests they all do this again sometime. Why not? Says Lauren, drinking. Michael is ready to head home for sleep. Diane thanks him for forgiving her. What are friends for? He says. Outside of society, Maria is shocked to see Ian holding Tessa. She yells at him to get away from her and demands to know what he did. Ian claims he was only trying to help, as Maria gets her wife to breathe. Wheezing Tessa says she felt like she was going to die. After she helped her up, Maria demands again to know what Ian did. Nick shows up before he can explain. He offers to get woozy Tessa to the hospital, but she says whatever it was has passed. Faith points out to her father that Ian is standing there. Nick fumes. Tessa explains that he didn't hurt her. Nick explains he's Ian Ward. The clergyman insists that he's been reformed and came to the city to work as a prison chaplain. He has come in peace. Nick asks why he needs an alias if that's the case. Ian says people can be judgmental and tries to leave them to their evening. Before he can, Nick corners him and tells him he better start praying for real. He orders Faith to call the police. She stomps inside, and Ian says that Faith comes from a tribe of strong women. He explains that he saw Tessa having an asthma attack and cleared her airwaves. Maria growls at him to stay away and walks her wife inside. Ian tells Nick his tale of how he wants to redeem himself. Nick thinks that's impossible because he's pure evil. When Ian reaches into his jacket, Nick grabs his arm and warns him not to try anything. When Nick relaxes his hand, Ian shows him his official ordination and urges him to call the prison to confirm that he's a chaplain. None of this means anything to Nick. Faith comes out to say the police are on the way. Nick orders her back inside. She is becoming quite the young woman, Ian says. That sets Nick off. He grabs him by the collar again and gets threatening. Ian continues to insist that he only came back to make amends. Nick reminds him that he terrorized his mother, shot his father, and set Newman Tower on fire with dozens of people inside. Ian doesn't expect to make up for all that but will make the effort anyway. Nothing he can do will make Nick forget these things. A cop arrives and Nick tells her to arrest this man. He says that Ian is claiming to be a chaplain, but it's a crock, and he belongs behind bars. Ward urges the cop to check on his credentials. The Newman insists he's a threat to everyone in town and he wants him arrested. Ian claims he's not a threat to anyone and he may have actually saved a life. Inside society, Maria wishes that Tessa would go to a doctor. She's drinking water and feeling better. But how could she not have recognized Ian? Her wife assures her she has nothing to apologize for. Tessa points out she showed him a picture of their daughter. Maria is sure he will crawl back under whatever rock he came from. She admits that she has a hard time even looking at him. He's evil and destroyed her entire childhood. Faith comes over to check on them, and Maria worries that whatever her wife had won't just heal on its own. They need to figure out what it is. Tessa will see a doctor after this drama with the horrible man is over. Maria continues saying that he's like the devil himself. He sucks you in and corrupts you. She flashes back to waking up to him while in a wedding dress. She can't understand how he was let out of prison. What really terrifies her is why he came back to Genoa City. The girls notice that it is past midnight and Sharon never showed up. Jill Abbott, ever the strategist and matriarch, faces a critical moment in her son Billy's life as he struggles with heartbreak and a lack of purpose. Determined to spark his ambition, Jill devises a bold plan involving the return of Kane Ashby, a figure embodying success and resilience. Jill believes that reintroducing Kane into Billy's world will provoke the competitive spirit she longs to see in her son. Despite Billy's resentment toward Kane, who he views as a golden boy handed opportunities, Jill remains steadfast in her gamble. However, her calculated move risks alienating Billy further and stoking unresolved tensions between the two men. Jill's unwavering faith in Kane as a catalyst for change underscores her belief in tough love as the means to propel Billy toward growth. Kane's reappearance in Genoa City is met with a mix of reactions, ranging from Lily Winter's cautious apprehension to Billy's simmering fury. For Lily, who has worked hard to rebuild her life, Kane's return stirs long-buried emotions, threatening her hard-earned peace. Meanwhile, Billy's insecurities are laid bare as he views Kane as a constant reminder of his perceived shortcomings. Their rivalry, which Jill hopes will motivate Billy, quickly spirals into personal and professional confrontations. Despite these challenges, Kane sees his return as an opportunity for redemption, determined to prove his worth to Jill and the community. His alliance with Jill sparks a shift in Genoa City's power dynamics, creating ripples across corporate and personal relationships alike. The escalating rivalry between Billy and Kane culminates in a dramatic boardroom confrontation that forces both men to confront their insecurities and priorities. Jill's vision of sparking ambition through rivalry proves successful, though not without emotional and relational costs. Billy begins to embrace accountability and independence, carving a path defined by his own choices. Kane, meanwhile, navigates the challenges of his return, balancing ambition with family reconciliation. For Jill, the journey is bittersweet but ultimately rewarding, as she witnesses her son grow stronger and more self-reliant. The once tense rivalry between Billy and Kane evolves into mutual respect, leaving Genoa City poised for yet another chapter of ambition, drama, and redemption. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, January 3 reveal that Ian Ward's claims will be proven, so the Newmans will have to accept that he was granted an early prison release. That won't make any sense to Nick Newman, but he'll still have to give Victor Newman updates on his old foe's return to Genoa City. Naturally, Victor will blow his top and want a chance to confront Ian himself. It won't be long until Victor corners Ian to toss some threats around, but Ian won't be scared. Although Ian will maintain that he wants to make up for past mistakes, Victor isn't going to buy his so-called transformation. Since Victor won't believe Ian has turned his life around, he won't want him anywhere near GC. Victor may warn Ian to leave town, or else there will be a steep price to pay. However, Ian has no intention of going anywhere, so he should stand his ground despite Victor's outburst. Over with Phyllis Summers, Y and R spoilers say she's about to get grilled. Daniel Romalotti Jr. will wonder where Phyllis went after she bailed on the party, so Phyllis may insist she needed to be alone with her thoughts. Phyllis will ultimately make a confession to Daniel, so that might involve her anger toward Sharon Newman and the payback she's craving. If Phyllis starts spilling revenge fantasy secrets, that could leave Daniel concerned once he realizes Sharon is missing. Then again, Phyllis might open up about her crash memories and start to accept that maybe the real story is indeed more complicated than it seems. As for Sharon, Nick will eventually get the news that she's vanished. Since Sharon's vehicle is still nearby, Nick will worry about what might have happened to her and may think Ian had a hand in it. Of course, Ian already talked to Jordan about using Phyllis' wild side to their benefit, so a frame-up could be brewing. Phyllis might look like Sharon's kidnapper once the police start investigating her disappearance. Meanwhile, Claire Newman will meet up with Kyle Abbott for a New Year's celebration. Although Kyle and Claire weren't able to share a midnight smooch, they'll rectify that with a belated kiss to kick off 2025 together. Claire and Kyle will face some obstacles that could ruin their relationship down the road, but our predictions point them reveling in their romantic bliss for now. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle and Claire will embrace the happiness they're feeling in this moment, so stay tuned for some sweet scenes.